Recently we showed you how to make a stove from materials you could salvage from a damaged basement or building. Viewer response was great, but the question was, can you do something with this stove besides boil water? Can you actually cook on it? Well, the answer to that is yes, and we're going to try something with a wok.
I'm going to light this with a ferrocerium rod and cotton balls and Vaseline. Then we're going to stick this right into the fire chamber and toss in some wood.
I went dumpster diving at a construction site just to gather whatever scraps I could find. It didn't take long to get the fire hot enough to cook on.
Cooking with a wok is you have to have a really hot fire there because you want it to be very hot right here, but it's going to be cooler up here on the sides. So we're starting to get some heat in here, and we're about to get started cooking.
The recipe we're going to use has essentially 4 ingredients: meat, vegetables, rice, and a beaten egg. During an emergency, you would use whatever food you had.
I'm going to put a couple tablespoons of oil here in the bottom. When it starts to bubble and look really hot, then we'll start browning the chicken. I want this oil to be really hot before I put any of the meat in here, so I'm going to try it with one strip. Okay, it's hot. So I'm going to put the rest in. Now this is called stir fry because you have to stir it. And we got plenty of heat going on here. Yeah, this is getting close to being done. We want it just a little brown. With chicken or anything like that, it has to be thoroughly cooked. When this is browned sufficiently, I'm going to remove it so I have more room to work with the vegetables and the eggs. So the meat's over on the picnic table. I'm going to flash fry this egg. I have 2 of them here. You can put in as many as you have. Now survival cooking on a wok is pretty easy because you can make stir fry out of virtually anything. You can make it out of eggs and rice. You could make it out of meat and rice, or you could just cook the rice to give it a little more flavor. Okay, we've got kind of a not well done scrambled egg here. So I'm going to remove this now, put in a little more oil, and then we will saute the vegetables. Now if you were foraging for food, this would be a good time to put in some of those greens that don't necessarily taste that good. We just happen to have these vegetables I foraged from my refrigerator. They're from Trader Joe's. I'm going to cook these until they're kind of wilted, but I don't want them to get overcooked. And this is something you'll have to decide for yourself because maybe you like crunchy vegetables. Personally, I like broccoli when it's a little crisp. Now this is looking pretty done. The chicken's starting to brown. The vegetables appear to be cooked. I'm going to add however much rice we happen to have. In this case, it was maybe a cup or something like that. The rice is where you can stretch this recipe. If you have a lot of people to feed, add more rice. So we're going to cook this until we feel like it's done. Looks that way right now. And it's smelling great too.
This entire meal has been cooked on a biomass stove made of materials that you could have salvaged from a damaged building. You can cook anything on this biomass stove that you could cook on any conventional stove. This is survivalcommonsense.com. Thank you for watching. I'm about to go eat lunch, so you have a great day.